Mike Lindsley back with you for an ML Sports Take, brought to you by Tiny Bubbles Laundromat, the Allen Angus Pub, and our great friend Brian Comboy at Mass Mutual, New York State. Go ahead and log on to advisors.massmutual.com today and get your financial future set with Brian Comboy. I wanted to just give my top teams in the NHL right now. Let's do a top five as I kind of poke around the standings, and I'm watching games every single night. This sport has never been better. In my opinion, in my lifetime. That's not to take away from the great eras, Gretzky, Lemieux, Messier, Yzerman, Patrick Waugh, Brodeur, Dominik Hasek, those kind of players. But right now, it's never been this good. The speed, the size, the skill, the youth, it's amazing what you're looking at here. I think the top team in the NHL right now is the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, this team has 82 points, and I'm not just saying that because they have the most points in the NHL. I'm saying it because I really, truly believe that they have the best team. And, you know, they can beat you in so many different ways, but it's the firepower. It's Kadri. It's Landeskog. It's McKinnon. It's Cale Makar at the top. There's too many guys. They just keep coming at you and at you and at you, and they almost remind me of the Lightning a little bit. In the last 2 years when they won the Stanley Cup, where you can name 3, 4, 5 guys and forget 3 others just because they have so many guys. It's an avalanche, pun intended, coming at you every single night. So I would put Colorado at the top there. And then from there, it gets really hard, but I would probably go to the East, and I'd give you the Florida Panthers at number 2. I actually like this team a heck of a lot. I think they're a Stanley Cup contender. Ekblad, Huberdeau, Bennett and Reinhart both playing some great hockey as well. And they're leading the Atlantic as I record this by 1 point over Tampa, who I have as the third best team. Tampa has been unbelievable again this year. They're going for a three-peat. And you know what's amazing? They lost their entire third line. Remember? They lost Blake Goudreau to the Rangers. They lost Yanni Gourde to the Kraken. They lost Blake Coleman to the Calgary Flames, and the Tampa Bay Lightning have replaced that line, and they haven't missed a beat right now. Now, I don't know if they can win another Stanley Cup without that line, but they still have the mainstays, right? I mean, they've got Braden Point, they've got Vasilevsky, they've got Victor Hedman. They have a potpourri of unbelievable scorers, from Cirelli to Stamkos to others. So this is a team that's going to be reckoned with. They're going to be heard from, before the end of the year. I think they have as good a chance as anybody to win the Stanley Cup, and what a competitive division that is as well. When you look at Florida, Tampa Bay, and Toronto, right there, 2 points behind, extremely competitive. So I would go 1, 2, 3 with those clubs, and then I think I would go 4, 5. I think I'd have to go to the Eastern Conference's Metropolitan Division. Again, another competitive division with Carolina at 78 points, Pittsburgh 74, Rangers 71, Caps a little bit back at 65. I would go Pittsburgh at number 4. I know they're 4 points behind Carolina, but right now I love the way they're playing. Malkin and Crosby both scoring basically. It feels like every single night. They scored both in the game yesterday against Columbus. They're getting really solid goaltending. The defense is improving game to game. I would put Pittsburgh there, and then Carolina in there at the 5 spot. Just an all-around hockey team. They have 78 points. They have more points than everybody I just mentioned besides Colorado, but I got to see more. I got to see a pedigree. I got to see a little bit of a playoff resume in order to start to put them up with those other clubs. But right now, or even an end-of-season resume, hold on, get a top seed, and then show me what you got in the postseason. I didn't pick anybody from the Pacific because that's the worst division in hockey. There have been some real struggles this year with some of these teams. Vegas was 62 points. Edmonton, there's still 29-20 and 4, 29-21 and 3, but 61, 62 points. When you compare it to like Colorado has 20 more points than Vegas, which is absolutely unbelievable. Calgary leading the way there with 68 points, but I think, the rest of that division, it's going to be hard for Calgary to hang on because I think these teams are going to come on here late. I still think there's got to be something there with Edmonton to make some kind of a run with Draisaitl and McDavid and company, although I'll tell you right now, if I'm Edmonton, I trade Leon Draisaitl for a carload of guys who are already stars in the league and draft picks and try to build more around the defense, depth at goalie, etc. They have so much firepower, and that's great, but they don't have a lot of anything else. They can kill you on the power play. Draisaitl and McDavid can kill you. Nugent Hopkins and others can kill you at certain times, but they really lack defense, and they really lack grit. And I would go out and get, third and fourth line type guys, even second line guys, and trade Draisaitl. But 61 points there, okay. Probably due for a little bit of a run. Vegas due for a little bit of a run. But the rest of the division, is the Kraken expansion team, they're way down. San Jose, 54, 58, points for them. And the Canucks, Anaheim at 59. I don't really see any of those teams as cup contenders. The best division in hockey, probably... God, a lot of these divisions are top heavy. I might have to go to the Western Conference's Central Division with the Avalanche, Blues, Wild, and Nashville Predators, who I think have a run in them before the year is over as well. So there's a little around the NHL with my top 5 teams. I'm Mike Lindsley. It's all brought to you by Stanley Law Offices, Rosie's Corner, Bowers & Company CPAs, and our terrific friends over at the Vince Aguirre Consulting Group. Log on today to vcgtransforms.com. Become a better leader both personally and professionally. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.